Hey guys, Firam here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Renault Desir in multiplayer. I used this car in one of my very first Asphalt 8 videos, but I tuned it terribly, so I decided to tune it very high and see how it did there. So, my rank is 1209, very high for a Desir, and my tuning is 2515, and then in Pro Kits I have everything, 2222. This tune allowed me to get to its final mastery without max proing it, and also its maximum speed. So here we go in the first of many races against the Shelby Cobra, and here he tried to knock me down, but I knocked him down instead. Yeah, I don't know exactly how that happened. By the way, these clips were actually recorded about a month ago. I found them when I was going through my files, and I decided, hey, I haven't made a video out of these yet. Let me make one. So that is why there may be a slight difference in my rating and stuff like that. Now in this video, all of these races are single tanked as well. I did not go extra tank for any of them. Even though that does help the Desir a lot, like in many of the places like right here where you see I'm running out of Nitro. If I had extra tanks that wouldn't happen. But I wanted to see how it would do without the extra tanks. I believe that car back there is the Cobra, but as you can see at this rank I can reach a speed of 225. Because of the Desir's huge tuning kit boost of 128, I believe, it is the highest in the game, and it adds 13 miles per hour to the speed. And since the Desir accelerates pretty quickly, I am going to the right here. Slower accelerating cars should go left. And I made it purple as I have had it since I bought it, probably a year and a half ago, near the beginning of when I started Asphalt 8. The best tune for the Desir that will give you the most wins is 00050202. This gives it a speed of around 193 miles per hour with the tuning kit at rank 781. Now, you used to be able to tune it up near 900 without a problem, and you'd only have to worry about Range Rovers ranked 100 or more above you, but with the introduction of the 959, it is best to stay below rank 800, and the tune that I just said is the best one below that rank. So as you can see in this race, I have gotten quite far ahead of that Cobra, and at the end of the race you will see why I've actually gone so far ahead, because you're thinking, hey, a 1234 Cobra is 22 miles per hour faster than your Desir. What's going on? So it happened such that that Cobra was lower ranked than me and not boosted. He was 1199. So even though you do have a bit of a chance against Cobras at this rank, it doesn't always happen that you're able to beat them. Because of their better acceleration, they can get ahead at the beginning and other cars can knock you down. Because even though the Desir has good acceleration, cars like the Servolt, which you'll see a lot around this level, have even better acceleration, and they will probably target you because they know that you're faster than they are. And in that case, even if the Cobra is lower and unboosted, you may not have a chance of catching up to them. And I think I just took revenge on the guy that knocked me down at the beginning. So again, I would not advise you to tune your Desir to this level. I just wanted to test to see what would happen, because I've not really seen any other videos of a Desir around this level being played multiplayer, and I thought, hey, maybe I can beat some Cobras. And it happened. I do believe I am catching up to this Cobra in first here, but the Cobra, I think, has better handling than the Desir. Not necessarily drift, but better handling. Because the Desir's handling isn't all that great, which means you have to drift punch a lot. So, that car right behind me, I believe, is the M14A, which, unfortunately, I was not able to get in its championship because I was not sure how championships worked at the time, and it was the first run, so hopefully they bring that around again, because I would really like to get it and test it out. So as you can see here, I was about the same speed as that Cobra, maybe slightly faster, but I got knocked down at the beginning and he didn't. So here we go, again, with yet another Cobra that's directly behind me, and another one there. So this is a 2 Cobra race, and one of the most intense races that I have ever been in. That guy up there is boosted and higher ranked, yeah, and you can see he's getting way ahead. However, the really close battle in this race is between me and the Shelby Cobra that I knocked down at the beginning, who is right behind me. Even though I'm the same speed as, or maybe even slightly faster than an unboosted Cobra at 1182, which is another common tune for them, which I would not recommend. 1234 is the way to go on the Cobra. Max top speed and pro out tires and drivetrain on the Cobra for the 1234 tune that is so common, and you'll win pretty much every race except when an SLK shows up. If you would like to see a video about my 1234 Cobra, I will put a link to it in the description. So as you can see here, the Desir has decent drifting abilities, mainly because it is going so slow, because its drifting isn't actually all that great. if it didn't have a low top speed without Nitro, it wouldn't actually be able to drift very well at all. So through here is where the Desir runs out of Nitro, and that Cobra behind me is catching up, and then I get more Nitro and pull away, and then when I run out, the Cobra behind me starts to catch up again. This is what will often happen if you run a Nitro-reliant car without extra tanks. You run out, and the cars behind you close in, you wag, and then you get more Nitro. And yeah, I even went over here, and then he almost caught up because of that, but I needed this Nitro through this section. Some cars are so Nitro-reliant that you have to go longer ways to get more Nitro, which is actually faster in that case, because you don't have to wag when going the shorter way. Seems kind of weird, but that only works for vehicles like the Desir and the truck, which are extremely Nitro-reliant. The Desir has quite a wide drifting radius, even with its low top speed, which makes it necessary to drift punch a lot of the time. And somehow there was a springboard in the track. Not quite sure how that happened. So, the second lap is almost over and that Cobra is still hot on my tail. And the Desir skidded, but I drifted out of it the other direction. That is how you can avoid skidding into a wall. If you start to skid, quickly drift in the other direction and you should be fine, unless you go into the other wall. So here when I'm wagging, he is catching up really fast, and this is the moment where I thought, he is going to catch up to me and knock me down for sure. But thankfully, there was enough Nitro here to sustain me, and it's better to go left here, but it is extremely risky in faster cars, so I would not recommend it unless you are going slow, like in the Desir. And there are many springboards on this track. I do not know what is going on. So, here we go, finishing just barely ahead of that Cobra. So here you can see how low the Desir's pure top speed is compared to the Cobras, because here, the Cobra AI just flies right past me. The AIs do not use Nitro after the end of a race. So I beat a 1186 unboosted one, but I lost to an 1186 boosted one. Always run boosted. Now for the last race on the cool track of Patagonia. See what I did there? So this serval up here tried to back up and troll someone, but he failed. And here I got a double kill, knocked down the Juke, and then knocked down the Cobra. For some reason, the Desir seems to be so tanky that when cars touch it, it just instantly knocks them down, which doesn't happen to many other cars in multiplayer. Since this is a Nitro-reliant car, it is good to barrel roll and flat spin quite often to fill up your tanks, especially if you have an extra tank. It's useful in case you get to a section of the map that has no Nitro bottles or anything, and then you have Nitro to sustain you through those sections. So while this video plays, I'd like to say that the Desir is the best beginner multiplayer car in the game. For anyone out there just beginning Asphalt 8, when you buy this car, slowly upgrade Nitro, and after that, once you've maxed Nitro, upgrade suspension and exhaust. But don't upgrade anymore. If you leave it there, this car is great, and possibly could even get you to Pro League. But it would take quite a few races since there aren't many high-ranking people playing down there, and since you can't tune up to 900 anymore for fear of getting beat by 959s, yeah, it would take a while, and many races to reach Pro in this car. But I believe it could be done. Dr. Hillusion managed to make it to Champion using his Desir at 881, but unfortunately that will not work anymore most likely because you'll get paired with 959s a lot of the time, and it just will not be good. So here we are coming up to the finish line and done. So let's see what were the cars that we beat. So in this race, there was a triple boosted Lamborghini Miura, which by the way isn't that great of a multiplayer car, and an unboosted 1194 Shelby Cobra. So to all Cobra drivers out there, always boost so this doesn't happen. Thanks everyone for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed and would like me to make more multiplayer videos, and please consider subscribing so you get notified of my videos right as they come out. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!